CSS is able to change a lot of things in your HTML document, and today we're going to be talking about CSS colors and the many different ways you can use those colors in your projects. We will be discussing a few coloring techniques that are currently used, and I will mention a few more that you could learn as well if you wanted to. The first and most simple way of changing CSS colors is using the names of colors that are available. If you wanted to change the text over here to be a color like green, it's as simple as writing the word color and then green. If you save that, this should turn into green. While this is a very straightforward way of changing colors, it could be very limiting if you want a specific shade of a certain color or wanted to blend them in different ways. The second way to change colors is to use something known as hexadecimal values. They might seem complex when looking at them, but I'll try to break it down and explain it. The word hexadecimal just means that we represent colors using a system of numerical notation. This ranges from 1 to 9 in numbers and A to F in letters. 0 is the lowest value and F is the highest. The way to express the colors are in a 6-figure format. Just for example, I'll give us a color like black over here. So you write color and then you write a hashtag followed by 6 zeros, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you save that, this won't change, but this should be black if it was a different color. These 6 values that you see over here can be mixed with numbers and letters to get a different color. So the first 2 over here represent red, the second 2 represent green, and then the last 2 represent blue. If we want a color like red again, we will change the first 2 values to F. So if you save that, this will be red. The reason that happens is because F is the highest value and we've set red to the highest value and the rest to the lowest. So red is the one that we'll see over here. Instead of using this long string over here, there is another way to write this. Just please note, in the 6-digit format, we had 2 numbers representing each color, and the shorthand of writing this color is using 3 digits instead. This will only work when both the values are the same for each specific color. What I mean by this is, right now we have 2 Fs that represents red, 2 zeros that represents green, and 2 zeros that represent blue. For each color over here, they have the same values. This means we can apply the 3-digit hexadecimal code. So what we will do is remove one of each value from all the colors over here. So we remove 1 0 and another 0 and another F. And that should still remain as red. What stays the same here is that the first value still represents red, the second one represents green, and the last one is still blue. So now we just have an F and 2 zeros. We do not need to give such a long value. I really hope that all makes sense. The last thing that you can take from this hexadecimal value is that a mixture of the lowest values, which is 0, produces black, and the highest value being F would produce white. There are various combinations that you can get out of this. The best way is to either do research or mix different combinations and see if you can get the color that you want. The third way of changing color is known as RGB. So again, it's red, green, blue. So over here, we start off with the word color again, and then we just write RGB. As you can see, it's red, green, then blue. So over here, I'll just give it a value of 255, and then in 2 of these, I'll give it a value of 0. Sorry about that. So 0 over here, and a 0 over here. If we save that, we're going to get red again. So the only difference that you should see from here is that we're using values from 0 to 255. 255 being the highest and 0 being the lowest. Other than that, nothing else changes from the previous one in terms of mixing and achieving the color that you want. A nice thing that comes with this third method though is an extension of it known as RGBA. The A is the alpha channel, and the alpha channel is the opacity for a certain color. So over here we'll add the letter A, and then we have to add another comma to represent that A. And over here the values range from 0, 0 all the way to 1, 0. Again, 0 being the lowest and 1 being the highest. So 0 is completely transparent and 1 is not transparent at all. So we can say 1, 5, and if you save that, you can tell that this red has changed. The final and fourth method I will go over is known as HSL. This just simply stands for hue, saturation, and lightness. Like the previous one, this one also has an alpha channel extension. So I'm just going to write the same thing again. So we're going to go for color, and then we're just going to write HSL. So as you can see, hue, saturation, and lightness. So what I want you to take note over here is that the first one works in degrees. So it works from 0 to 360 like a color wheel, and 0 is red, 120 is green, and 240 is blue. The last two use percentage values. With saturation though, this is the intensity of the color itself. 0% is a shade of gray and 100% is the full color. Anything in between is another shade of gray. And the last one, lightness, it just determines how dark or light you want the color to be. 0% is black, 50% is neither light or dark, and 100% is white. So over here, if you want to achieve the color red, in the first place, we'll write 0. In the second place for saturation, we'll give it 100%. And then in the lightness, so that to make sure that it's not light or dark, we're going to do 50%. And if you save that, it should be red again. There are many more ways for you to have fine control and more customizability in how you want your colors to be in CSS, but that would make the video way longer than it should be. These few methods discussed today should help you get the colors you want in your projects. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. I will link resources in the description below, and if you do have any questions about this particular topic, feel free to ask. With that, I'll see you guys in the next one.